Hey guys, this is part of an ongoing set of tutorials that are designed to teach you how to expand, grow and conquer in Star Ruler. In this tutorial I will be covering mining, and specifically how to build a ship that will go to a asteroid belt system and start pumping out miners that will just add to your overall economy. Okay, so let's start here. We've got the blueprints. We'll go into the layout view to clear that because it's pretty useless. Now you generally want your builder ship to be somewhere between 30 to 40, but I'm just going to make it like 25, you know, because we're at a pretty high-tech level at the moment, so it doesn't really matter that much. We'll put a light hull in here because we're going to need that extra space, and you'll see why in a moment. Still only needs a computer core, antimatter generator. Now you want to see if you can get your fuel peak usage to be positive. Now you can have your buzzard ram scoop. That will make sure that you always have fuel for your antimatter generator, but there is another way of doing this. If you have unlocked the matter generator, see that's a matter generation rate of 36.4, well the fuel peak usage is only 3.01. This way you save yourself 1.75 space, and you will still have maximum fuel all the time, but you still need a fuel cell. It doesn't have to be very big though, because the matter's feeding straight into the fuel cell and the fuel cell straight into the antimatter generator. So you save yourself a lot of space doing that, and as you can see, computer core and that setup, it's only 2.5 space, but you need as much space as you can get, believe me. Okay, next, buzzard ramjet. This way it's not taking away from your fuel peak usage. So it's still steady at 3.01. I'll take that out again. You can take a look again. 3.01 buzzard ramjet. It just feeds the stuff that it collects straight out the back. You don't have to worry about any of that or any of that, and none of that. Okay, this is what you want. You want an advanced parts assembler, cargo bay, electronics fabricator, export dock, metal refinery, mining laser. Now you can see why we wanted that extra space. Okay, so the mining rate on that mining laser is 34.2k. First thing I'm going to do is turn that up to 2. Now because I've turned that up to 2, I need to make sure at 68.5, I need to make sure that I can get that up to above 68.5. Well, that's 68.5 and that's 68.5. No, I like to go in excess. Okay, so export dock pretty much needs to be at maximum. You can't really export. I mean, that's 61k for the export rate there, and you've already got more than that out of your metal refinery and your mining laser, but we're going to be exporting electronics fabricator and advanced parts as well. It's a 6.11k advanced parts fabrication rate on a ship this size, and 14.7k electronics fabrication rate. Now this is the problem. That is actually a lower export rate than the output, because that's 68.5 plus 14.7 plus 6.11. So your export dock's not going to be able to export all of that. You can turn these down a little, but you're going to want to assemble stuff as well. I'll turn them down anyway because it I'll just make life easier. That's 11.4. You got 72.4 there. 72.4. It's still going to be an excess of materials. But anyway, this is it's just basically how you're going to construct your ships anyway. Oh, no, it's no good. Can't turn any of them down. Okay, now construction bay. It's the next thing that you want. In fact, we'll turn that down to there. 54, yeah, looks pretty good. Alright, so you got your construction bay. Now this is what is going to build your ships. Number 51, 9.7, 4.89. This is what's going to build your ships. Eco store is what stores the metals and electronics, which is kind of like labor on the planet. It has that much and can put that much towards construction of a ship per turn. The bigger the size, I'll just give you an example. The bigger the size, the bigger the eco store, the faster you can build ships. But for the purposes of this tutorial, we'll leave it at 25. Now, what else can we do? Oh yes, you can increase that. It will give you a bigger eco store, decrease it, less eco store, etc. So we've got a pretty good setup here, and any excess that it's not using, it looks like it will be able to export it now since we turned down the size of that mining laser. 61k, 51.399, export some of it anyway. So it doesn't really matter too much about how fast it goes, because it's basically just got to get to the system and then start pumping out miners, and that's all that you need this ship for. So, oh hang on, 11 point, yeah, we'll actually export more than enough. Oh no, just have to be 11.4. Yeah, okay. So we'll name this something constructive. Constructor. And so there you go, in your blueprint list there, and I'll show you how this works. And that's the one that I use. It's only 8 size, but gets the job done. And there we have it. There's your constructor. Tell him to move to this system. We'll speed the game up while that goes on. And yeah, everything's colonised. Don't have to worry about doing that. Okay. Now he's in that system. He's automatically going to work on mining the asteroids, and you double click him to open your build queue, find what you want to build. We'll build the miner that we had in the previous tutorial, and I'll click the repeat button, start building the miner. And as you can see, its build rate is comparable to that of a planet. Well, research planet maybe, but yeah, it's actually not too bad, and it just adds to your economy in the long run. If you'll take a look at the cost of the ship, where is it? Let's go to here. Ships. If you'll take a look at the cost of the ship, we'll pause that. As you can see, 49.8, 4.86, 23.6, 10.9, and it has already added more than that back to the economy. So yeah, it's well worth it to have these ships roaming around. Let's just see how long it takes him. It's fucking supply locked. Oh, god damn it. %. It's because his cargo bay is not big enough to handle the amount of minerals and things that he's carrying. 97%. You can do it. There we go. Alright, that's just built the miner. It took maybe a minute to build that miner, and it just goes straight to work and it exports metals straight to your bank. And yeah, that's how you build your mining operation. And as I said, I put this guy on repeat. When I send someone to an asteroid belt, I just put them on repeat, and they just continually pump out miners. I will show you, however, my other design. I do have plate armor on this one. There's my export dock, metal refinery, electronics fabricator, advanced parts assembler, bigger cargo bay, smaller construction bay, and the mining laser. Yeah, it's basically the same design, except it doesn't use an antimatter generator, it just uses a normal power generator. So you can get it sooner in the game, like earlier in the game. The only thing that you really have to remember is that the mining laser is unlocked through beam weapons. You can't get it unless you have the beam weapons technology unlocked. And that's about it. I'll catch up with you later.